Welcome to the Nailed It Wall.
Welcome to episode 8 of the Nailed It Wall. This week we have a very special guest, aka S Squared, aka Sam I Am, aka Mrs. Scofield's son.
Woo.
Buckle up and enjoy the ride. Welcome to the Nailed It Wall. I'm Mr. Lane, the STEM guy.
And I'm Mrs. Schofield.
And I'm Sam Scofield.
Clearly very excited on an early Saturday morning to be joining us on the Nailed It Wall.
Yeah.
I'm so excited just because we meet so many awesome people, so many people that we love to learn from and do these cool things. And a big part of our podcast was always kind of getting these people to come on and talk. I'm so proud that we have our man Sam here.
That's right.
He's going to be proud in a second here. But over the years, I've done so many cool things with Sam in and out of the classroom. Oh, I forgot to. Did you say Mrs. Schofield?
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. I thought I cut everybody off there. It's funny. I've known Sam for 4 years. 4 years ago, he was scared to come to my classroom, and then I have him again to start off the year here. We've done first Lego League, Rubik's Cube, just some of the coolest things. Minecraft. I love being around this kid, and he's going to drop some knowledge with us today. But we always like to start our episodes off with, how did we nail it this week? And you have some pretty epic stories here.
Okay, so I did have some really big highs this year, or so far, in our week-long, our first full week. So this week, I had the kids do some kind of a digital citizenship project. I feel like it's a really important topic to hit with 8th grade students, middle school in general, but definitely 8th grade before they go off to high school. And I saw some fails last year of gaps in their understanding. So I kind of put it on the kids, and they did a little research. They picked one specific topic. And so one of the options I gave them this time was to put their project in the form of a podcast to educate their peers. So it had to be for their peer level about digital citizenship in one topic. And one group did this awesome podcast. And apparently, I want to give a shout out to Fruit Salad. It's a podcast on Spotify. It's a student podcast. They're looking for more listeners. So
We'll tell them how, like, they said they got their first sponsor.
yeah, they've got their first sponsor. So there's another podcast app that one of my students, this student, told me about. It's called Anchor. And so that's what he has been using, and his dad and his uncle also have their own podcast as well. And so I guess Anchor sponsored them. It's their first sponsor. And so that's what he told me. We got our first sponsor. I think it was like $50. I can't remember what the sponsorship was. But then the other student said, well, yeah, but it was Anchor, and we have to get to, like, I don't even know what they said, like 50,000
streams.
Yeah, something like that. So still, that's, we don't have a sponsor yet. So, but we're open. So if anyone wants to sponsor us. But that was really cool. And just hearing, that wasn't the only group. So that student has background and experience with podcasting, but then another group that was amazing. They've never done it before, and they used the Opinion app, and their stuff was so amazingly well done, thought through, and it was really impactful. So I'm super excited to see kids starting to do the podcast world at our school.
Well, then talk a little bit about, like, your first week when you kind of showed them the Nailed It Wall, like how excited they got about, like, podcasting.
Yeah, they really were. So when I told them about the podcast that we had started and talked about how our vision is to expand that also to include student voice, and that there wasn't just one opportunity, that really anybody that felt that they wanted to use this forum is welcome to do that this year, and the conversations that generated and just their enthusiasm and excitement about wanting to do this. And some kids not really thinking that what they have to say, they hadn't really thought of using a podcast in that way, but we're trying to get kids to kind of sit down and start thinking about. Actually, when some of the kids wanted to do the podcast for this project, they said, okay, we'll go get the mics and the computer. And I'm like, whoa. We're talking like small scale for this project, but it was cool because they're starting to want to go in that direction, which I was super pumped about.
And then I haven't had a chance to listen to it. You sent it to me, and you were super pumped. You said they had some kinks to work out, and not that our podcast is perfect, but just so excited that they took this on.
That's so cool. And the beautiful thing about it is it's an age-appropriate podcast where you're listening to 8th grade students grappling with a topic, and it's just like being a fly on the wall in a conversation with them. And I loved that about it. So Kinks, yes, but also it's just very genuine and authentic student voice. And I really, really am excited to see what kids do with that this year, because I like that it's unpolished, and I like that it was just so authentically them.
I'm inspired. I want to listen to it right now. And we've had Joshua the last 4 years on the Rubik's Cube team, and we never even knew he had a podcast. And the coolest thing is like that his dad and his uncle have a podcast as well. And so this is the new thing, and it's so exciting to kind of see all these people excited about it. Do you want to talk about how you missed the mark a little bit this week?
Yeah, so I have been trying to get to the gym and trying to, teachers, we try and find the balance. And so trying to get like healthy, make good choices with that. And so I've been meeting Mrs. Badger, I want to give her a shout out, in the mornings at the gym, 5 a.m. I'll tell you, that feels really early. So the first day, I was so proud of myself for getting there. I forgot to lay out my shoes, so I had to sneak in around my dog. So I, nailed that. That was fine. I get there and I do my whole workout, and I get to the car. I brought the wrong shoes, so got blisters. I take them off immediately. I'm in my socks. I realize I don't have my phone. I left it somewhere in the gym. So I was not about to put those shoes back on because blisters hurt. So I just walked back in with my socks. So that was the first fail. Found my phone, thankfully. Then come to find out as soon as I got home that I forgot to put on my Apple Watch for the day. So it's basically
no
like
credit.
You don't exercise because you get no credit. Even though you did it, there's no proof that you did it. And so it feels like it voided all my hard work. So I have remembered to bring that the other days. However, I was very disheartened that I have no credit for that. So.
Yeah, if you don't have that digital footprint, it didn't happen.
That's
it's kind of like if it's not on Twitter, it didn't happen.
Right.
S squared, how have you nailed it this week, my man?
Well, I accidentally, let's see here. Over the weekend, I had to write an essay, and I thought it was due on Monday, but then so I typed it up and stuff, and then I turned it in, and then I realized it wasn't due till Friday. So that was pretty.
You're ahead of the game there. I mean, it could have been a lot worse if it went the other way. So
yeah, that's true.
So that's a win right there. Now, I heard your dog is notorious for chewing remote controls. How many controllers has he digested by now?
Around 6.
Around 6 controllers.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, did Blue recently grab another controller?
Yes, he did.
Was that your fault, or is that...
The world may never know.
The world may never know. All right, it's off the record there. It's off the record.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
I love that you shared that S squared, and I love that you nailed it in a good way there. In the course of a week, so many things happen to you as a teacher, so many moments, little stories. And I think my favorite thing is last week I talked about like teaching first graders about accepting failure and how we really learn from all those failures, which ultimately leads to our success. Mrs. Orr came up to me. She's our 5th grade ELA teacher. She came up to me in passing, and she's like, I just have to tell you this story. And I wish because I'm not going to capture it or do it any justice. She comes up to me, and she was going out to recess to get the kids, and a soccer ball came trickling towards her, and she went to give it her best boot and teacher shoes, and I guess she totally flailed and missed. And then out of nowhere, in 5th grade and 1st grade have recess together, this little girl comes up to her just screaming in her face, and she's like, you failed, and it was awesome. And and Mrs. Orr was like taking it in, and she's like, you should be so proud that you failed, and you took a chance. And she's like, I had STEM today. And I was just like, when people tell you these stories, you get like welled up, you get tears in your eyes, and it was like just tears of laughter just because she was just telling this story so animated, and I was like, I just want to know who this kid was, and like I want to celebrate that kid to the moon and back, and I was just so excited. And another thing, like so much happens, like with your kids and things you say. And this year we're going to be using Thunkable to create apps. And I talked about the kids going through the whole app development process and how we can get it on the Android marketplace versus iOS devices with this one website we're going to use. And they're like, can we charge for our apps? I'm like, it's your apps. It's like your your creativity. It's your work. And then the next one was like, do we get to keep the money? I'm like, of course. I'm like, this is. And then so Braden went home and told Mrs. Perry, our amazing second grade teacher, that he's going to be rich. He's going to be rich. He's going to be selling his apps on there, which was awesome. So
That is so awesome.
those moments are such a high for you as teachers. But, you know, with every high, there's always lows that kind of come in. And, you know, this year, Liz Reyes, who's our new STEM teacher at Legend Springs, she was introduced me to collaborative art. So, like, each student gets a small section that they need to color, and then they need to work together to put these, like, pieces together. And we were doing, like, the Andy Warhol, Marilyn Monroe, like, Albert Einstein one. And I'm just going to say, it was a lot of work. I could have done a better job modeling this first grade group. You told me I was taking a chance, and I was like, I'm swinging for the fences with this first grade group, and it's going to be a learning experience, and, you know, it's going to be something that we're going to celebrate, a nice Mod Podge of artwork that we're going to celebrate together, which I'm excited.
That's going to be awesome.
I've reined it in a little bit, and I'm like, okay, maybe not first grade. Liz successfully pulled it off with her first graders, and I was impressed there. With all that being said, I think we're ready to get into it. That was a lot of nailed it, failed it to kick off our week here. But the biggest thing about this podcast, I think, is, you know, we want, you know, what are the students into? We want to have such a big part. We talked about students already starting to do podcasts and talking about these things. Sam, are there any podcasts that you listen to?
No, not necessarily. I watch some YouTubers that sometimes do podcasts, and I'll occasionally listen to them, but not necessarily. No.
Yeah. So these YouTubers, would they put their podcasts on YouTube? Like,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, have you ever been on a podcast?
This is my first time.
This is your first time. All right. Well, we're excited to have you on here. Now, Sam, he's passionate about everything he does. There's this whole big boom. Like I said, we want to know, like, what are the kids into? What are they interested in? Esports, Sam. For all those listening out there, tell us. You've inspired me like that. My next big push is to go into the esports directions with kids and this whole process. So tell our listeners, what are esports?
Esports is now a sport, technically. It's basically...
What do you mean, technically?
Well, a lot of people don't consider it a sport, but I would definitely consider it a sport.
Why would you consider it a sport?
Because it takes skill and it takes practice, and you need to get good at what you do to get on a team. So it's
go
exactly
on. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's fine.
You're in the zone.
Yeah. So esports, it can be anywhere from Rocket League to Minecraft, honestly. It's sweeping the nation. It's doing really well. Some even colleges will give out scholarships for esports, which is pretty crazy. And I saw this thing on YouTube, and it was this video showing that there was this hotel that actually this esport team goes to in China that has, in their lobby, they have multiple gaming setups, and they practice. That's where they practice, and then they go to their event.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good explanation. Now, ESPN is actually airing. Like, they have a big contract with esports, and the viewers are through the roof. Now, explain to our listeners, what is Twitch? Because I really don't understand. Do you know what Twitch is?
I've not heard of that.
You have not heard of it. What is Twitch?
Twitch is the second best streaming platform in the game now, because...
What's number one then?
YouTube.
Because I clearly don't know what's number one. Okay, so YouTube's number one, and then
Yeah.
Twitch is number two.
Twitch messed up recently, so that's why they went down.
What was their mess up?
Well, they are targeting famous streamer Ninja very badly that they're targeting him. He left Twitch platform and went to Mixer. So
And Mixer's owned by Microsoft, right?
Yes,
I
it
didn't
is.
know that. Okay.
So you can stream on.
Well, can you tell us about Ninja? So who is
yeah.
Ninja?
So Ninja is a video game player. He's professional. He's not in a gaming house or anything. Like, there's FaZe and TSM, but he's not in any of those. He's just kind of a one-man machine, and he plays all kinds of video games, Fortnite, Apex Legends, which is very similar. and all kinds of different things. He's very interactive with everybody, and he's super nice to his chat, and yeah.
That's pretty cool. I love that. Now, what percentage, if I ask students, like grade-wise, what percentage do you think they know who Ninja is?
I'd say probably around 95%.
95%. And so Ninja is, so he's like the biggest like superstar in the world in this video game world, in the esports platform.
Well, I will have to disagree with you on that. He's popular because a lot of people have heard of him, but not a lot of people like him because they think he's just popular and not very good at the video games that he plays, and that there are other people that are better. But in my opinion, I think he's great at what he does. And
have you ever been in a battle with a lot of the kids said one time Ninja killed them, and they're telling all their friends and they're all excited about this. Have you ever been in a game with Ninja?
I have not, because I do not play PC, and also I do not stream on NA East, I think he does. And so you can't cross mix the lobbies. So basically you can't have two different consoles play unless they're in the lobby together.
Well, something that's exciting for me, Minecraft is back. You want to talk about your 8th graders, how much they're...
Oh my gosh.
So Minecraft went away for a little bit. What did we say? Did it take like a 2-year hiatus?
Yeah, something like that.
I would say because, so when you were in 3rd grade, we did a Minecraft club because it was really, really pretty popular at that point. And so we were all in. We loved it. Both of us were pretty bad at it, you and me, Mr.
I
Lane.
loved it. I'm still bad at it.
I know, I'm terrible, but I love it. It's so much fun. And it's fun, but what we recognize straight away is that the kids absolutely love it, but the amount that they can learn from it and what the skills, the problem solving that they're using is so applicable to things that we're trying to teach them. And so we loved it right away. But then it pretty much lost steam, and then Fortnite came on the scene, and then that was kind of an afterthought. Well, so when I got a grant to get iPads, I decided last year, I think it was because you wanted to play Minecraft one morning, and I just thought, well, I'm just going to put these on the iPads. That way, when he comes in the mornings, he can just get on there. And one of the kids saw it last year and said, you have Minecraft on it? Can I use it? And so I decided this year that I would make that something available to them at various times for different things that we do during the year. So right now we're still working out our groups for RTI and things like that, but I want to put some stuff in front of them like Rubik's Cubes and Soma Cubes, and then I let them do the Minecraft. And they completely lost their minds when they found out that they could do Minecraft, and they're showing me these elaborate worlds that they built, the incredible architecture, just how they're mining different things, and they add this and this, and then they get this other thing. Like, they know this world so well. And then the same digital citizenship assignment that some students did a podcast, a group of boys had asked, well, could we do our project? I don't know if I told you this, but can we do our project in Minecraft? And I said, I'm always open to hearing what things kids want to do as far as if they have a different idea of how they want to show me their understanding. And so I said, I asked for them to tell me more. And so they basically built something in Minecraft. They worked together to build this thing. And then they went in and put signs in to teach a lesson. And then they did a voiceover to basically have the whole lesson be this teachable moment. But it's all in Minecraft. And it is so cool. It is so cool.
How have you not tweeted that out?
I know.
Seriously.
I've had a busy week. But it was like truly amazing. And I think for us as educators, there's times that kids they have these different ideas that they're not on our radar. But then you listen, you take a minute to listen to that, and you think, that's actually incredible. And they had so much pride in this and so much engagement. They put so much effort into it. And so I do need to sit down and look it over. But I'm amazed. But Minecraft is definitely big on the scene again, for sure. And they ask for it constantly. They just want to be doing that as much as they can.
Again, my son this morning, Sam is reining Ryan back into the Minecraft world, which I love. Minecraft is probably the most creative outlet there are for kids in terms of the levels that you get to. And this morning he's like, I don't want to play Roblox. I'm back on Minecraft because of Sam. And it has inspired me seeing, like you told me, like I'm almost 1-to-1 with my iPads, and I just got Chrome boxes, which you can't get the Minecraft education on the Google Chromebox platform, but you can get it on the iPads. And this group has inspired me so much, and Sam especially. He always inspires me. So these are things that I take from him, and I'm like, all right, I'm finally going to go through this. I'm going to do the Minecraft education. They have an awesome Twitter handle, Play, Craft, Learn, and then the Minecraft EDU, like just this whole network, and so many things you can do. So that's going to be my big push once I get that 1-to-1 with the iPads to really unroll that. I think like for the second quarter, I know you do Moxie Girls, but it would be great if you led like a 6th through 8th like Minecraft education club. I'd love to do like the 1st through 5th Minecraft one. Love to have Sam in there as mentor because I got to have someone that has some stuff. So it's inspired me to really go full-hearted on this year and do the Minecraft education. Just seeing like what the 8th graders but why is Minecraft back, Sam?
It is back because, well, first of all, everybody says Fortnite is no longer a thing. And second of all, Minecraft is back because of how creative you can be. And really, the kids want something new because they're used to playing some game and they're like, I want something new. And they're like, oh, Minecraft, it's still here. I forgot. And so they went back to playing it, and it started with just some kids, and now it's schools, and then soon it will be back, the entire world back to Minecraft. You know, it's the movement. And as Mr. Lane was saying, Minecraft EDU is totally cool. It is a really cool way of doing a lesson, and I would love to do that as a lesson. That would be so much fun.
But even like a lot of like I've seen science people, they've created cells on like Minecraft, and it's just like so cool, like that level of thinking, that creativity that they get to that point using the Minecraft platform. Now you said it like Minecraft's not officially back in the esports arena yet, but there's been talk that. What's your idea of how Minecraft would look in esports?
So there's this tournament called the M6, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That'd be tough.
And it's a bunch of so YouTubers partner up, and it's a very excluded thing that you get invited to. So 2 YouTubers partner up, and you get a different partner every round, and it's a tournament with money, that surprise, and you do like parkour, building challenges, all kinds of different stuff, and it's starting to be little, but that's how Fortnite Friday started out. It was just a friendly games that you could win some extra money. And then Fortnite was like, oh, well, people like this. Why can't we just turn it into a tournament? So that's what I think is going to happen to Minecraft.
Okay. Now, you're talking, you had an epic summer. Like we'll come back to your summer. So let's like talk about your summer a little bit. All the places you went this summer. Again, we could sit here and talk to you for like 2 hours. We're trying to keep you reined in here. So again, we love having you on here. But you talked at the beginning of the summer about gaming computers. Now, you said there not a lot of students play on a PC. Now, why are students not playing on PCs if this is like the preferred like way that these YouTubers and gamers kind of function in the e-games world? Well, esports, sorry.
Yeah. Well, first of all, some kids just don't want to take the time to transfer over to the other consoles, or other areas of gaming, like the PC. And the PC is probably one of the best ones that you can get because it's the lowest ping, which is like the lowest lag in the game, and you have the highest frame rate. I'm
learning so much. I hope all of you at home are learning as much as I am now.
I literally feel like we're talking another language.
All right, go on. Keep it going.
And so, also the second thing is, it's not easy for families to just blow $15,000 on a gaming
That's how much a gaming console could potentially cost?
Overall, yes, you need the chair, the monitor.
All right, so let's break this down from the beginning. Now, Now, before summer started, I hadn't seen you. I don't think I saw you all summer.
No,
I didn't see you all
think so
summer.
either.
I think I saw you. And by the way, you did a great job painting my green screen there.
Thank you.
Were a trooper there,
Thank you.
helping me out. So we were getting ready to go back to school. And then a kid, just a 16-year-old, won the
Yeah.
Fortnite. Is it like the Super Bowl? What do they call that?
the World Cup.
The World Cup.
Booga. Yeah, that's his name.
Booga?
Booga.
Booga. Now, how much money did Booga win?
I believe he won $3 million.
$3 million. And then
like that.
I had the
He
counterpoint
melted
that I'm like, and then you said, I was like, where's Sam's gaming computer? And you just went.
Yeah, which I don't think I've fully thanked you for yet. So thank you.
So I said, where's your gaming system? And then you said, like, you've been mapping this out in your mind for a while.
I stared at my mom and I said,
True story.
"Where is it?
That's true. True story.
Where is it, Mom?"
Keep going.
And then that night you went home and your mom told me that you started rearranging your desk. You're working out a plan.
Yep.
And then you guys set goals to
Yes.
kind of to bring this to life there.
He
Yeah.
needs a sponsor. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I do.
He needs a sponsor.
I need many sponsors.
Many sponsors.
So how much would an average chair cost?
Around $200.
$200. What's the next thing? Is it the monitor?
Well, I'm not gonna go for the chair first. Actually, I'm gonna go.
I don't like it, but I respect it.
All right. I'm gonna go for the actual, what do you call it? The actual gaming
Like
piece.
console?
Tower.
Yeah, the tower, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go for that first because I can borrow one of my dad's monitors to use.
Now, are
that.
you going to build this tower? I know a lot of the kids
Yes.
are all about they're literally learning how to. There's some kids as young as second grade are building towers with their parents.
Yeah. I'm totally gonna do that once I save enough money to.
So what
get
do you
it.
need in your tower?
Okay,
Like-
so you need a motherboard, which takes up most of the stuff, and you need a processor that goes in the center of that. And then you need a liquid cooler that cools the motherboard. You need a processor, or I think I already said that. You need a RAM, which is like storage. You need let's see. Sometimes, actually, there are two different types of processor. Dual processor does the rest of that. The rest, like the harder PC work, like the game sensitivity and stuff. Then you need let's see, what is it called? Graphics card to make your game look better in general. And then you need two other things, which are like the keyboard and the mouse. Which
So
don't go
you've
in
clearly done your research. Now these towers, they got to have like that cool glow light. You were telling me about like that. So they have like that kind of logo thing and the light. You were talking about an ambient light or something. Talk to us.
RGB.
All right, so talk to us about this light that's on the tower there.
Okay, so RGB. If you don't have anything with RGB, you're not cool. RGB is the thing.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
So this is the light that
Do you
like
have
kind of
RGB?
lights on the tower, right?
Yeah. So it's the best look, in my opinion, is Alienware's tower, which has a little alien face that has RGB behind it. It looks so cool, but I don't think I'm gonna end up with that one. I'm gonna end up with a different one, I think. But
And you can control like the light color sensors. Is that something you can do? Or is it just always like a different color? Like
you can go from any color in your mind, depending on your budget, and then also you can go strobe lighting, like
That seems
different,
like a bad call.
rainbow. No, it's actually really cool. It's
support
very
you.
cool.
Now, how much would the tower be running right now? So, like to build your own like gaming tower, what are we looking at?
This is the beefiest part, so you're gonna need the most money for this. So probably around $10,000.
$10,000. Okay, so that's why people are not making the jump from
For
the
a good
Xbox. So they're not going from the Xbox to the PC game in there. $10,000. How much would a monitor cost?
Let's see. Now this is all higher budget. Like you could get the tower for a lot less if you want to go cheaper. But a good monitor, a good one that you would like to use permanently, would probably cost around $5,000. Something
Wow,
like that.
it's
Yeah,
getting a little
so
bit.
again, that's why I thank you for planting the seed.
Now you're obviously balling on a budget until you get a sponsor.
Yes.
What is how are you gonna rein this in? So you're holding off on the chair for now.
Yeah.
You're borrowing your dad a monitor from your dad. So the tower, you said you have a keyboard and mouse, but you're probably gonna have to upgrade those in a little bit there. How much does a good gaming keyboard and mouse cost? Could run somebody?
Actually, the one that I have right now is perfectly fine. This one's a Devastator 3 Cooler Master keyboard.
Sounds cool.
It runs with an RGB on the back.
Can you tell us what an RGB is for the people at home?
Yeah, it's just lighting that goes on the back of your keyboard.
I actually want to know what that meant. All right, go on.
I think it's like, I don't know what it stands for. I'll have to look it up.
Okay, get back to us.
Anyway, so wait, what was I talking about?
What you have to get next? You said you have a monitor. You're happy with your keyboard and your game and mouse. You said you're holding off on the chair, and so the thing you're missing is just the tower, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That should be a piece of cake.
No, yeah. So a better gaming keyboard and mouse would cost around probably around $1,000 for both of them combined. Some of the popular streamers like Ninja has his own brand of mouse, the Ninja Air. It's very light, I think 23 grams. You can change the sensitivity on it, and it is really cool. It's about $500, and then same with the one that Tifu.
Expensive mouse.
Yeah, Tifu uses a Ducky keyboard.
Tifu?
Yeah, he's also a streamer. He streams Fortnite mostly. He's pretty cool. So he uses a Ducky, and it's got RGB. It's got mechanical keys and gel keycaps. And then also, one thing that most streamers are arguing about nowadays are which one's better, membrane keyboards or mechanical keyboards. Personally, I think mechanical.
Whoa.
What?
Explain to me, what is the difference between a membrane keyboard and, what was the other one? Mechanical keyboard. All right, go on.
I already know this.
So a mechanical keyboard has no gel to stop it from making a sound. It's so nice when you have no membrane.
The look on your face is priceless right now
really
as you're
is.
explaining
It's
this.
amazing.
Yes,
it's honestly, it's way easier if you touch it, it's way more sensitive. So if you don't like pressing in your keycaps a lot, that's a really good one. Membrane, I don't really personally like membrane better, but membrane is better for if you want. Sometimes your keycaps can get stuck if they're mechanical because they don't have any membrane as it gets older. So membrane prevents that from happening. It's still a pretty good keyboard, but I would rather a mechanical one.
I mean, my mind's blown right now. So I'm coming back to this one thing. Now, you said you don't know any kids that have an entire PC gaming setup. That's correct, right? Just because of the cost, obviously.
I know one kid.
That like physically know him?
Yes, I physically know him.
All right, don't say his name unless
right,
we
I
get
will
copyright consent there.
Yes.
Now, and you said the number one barrier is the cost.
Yes.
For creating these gaming systems, platforms. There's got to be more kids. I'm gonna do some research, and I'll come back to you, and I'm gonna find out who has a complete. Brendan in 8th grade is just like so geeked up. He got the Yeti mic. You already have the mic there.
I do.
Like you
Yeti's
have
my best friend.
the Yeti Blue. Like these are amazing mics. That's what we do
so
our
good.
podcast on. They capture every little sound,
We really
and
do love the Yeti.
we do love these. And you got these for your YouTube streaming. And so Sam's been ahead of the game with the Yeti, and you said we need to get the blue, and you're like we don't want blue mics.
I was really confused about the name.
But everyone, even so many students come to the classroom, they're like, oh man, you guys have the Yeti Blue. Like so many people like understand about that for the mics. But wouldn't you need a camera also? Because I remember you were telling me about that you needed a camera as well.
Yeah, you could do one for your streaming PC. Usually the streamers that have more of a expensive setup have 2 PCs and 2 monitors. And so one's for streaming and one's for gaming. You would usually put the camera on your gaming PC so they can look at you. Personally, I would like to get a Logitech camera. It is really good. I would love to get a Logitech one. That's
Those are
my
pretty cheap
thoughts.
though.
Yeah,
Those are they're
Logitech.
reasonable. Like
Yeah, they're reasonably priced, and that's why I think it's such a good deal because
they've been around forever.
Yeah, Logitech's a great brand.
Now, I think it's a great investment. Like, I mean, potentially a couple $1,000 to potentially
couple.
earn $3 million
Yeah.
at the Fortnite, what was it called?
World Cup.
World Cup.
I feel like my son has had a secret life that I was unaware of. That I didn't even know that you knew all of these things.
Secretly, I am Booga.
He may be.
I genuinely am just in awe right now.
Now, I'm in awe as well because I'm trying to process this all,
Yeah.
and it's just, I mean, you know your stuff. You're all in, but the thing I have to see, how are you going to scale down this tower that you say could potentially run to $10,000? How are you going to nickel and dime it to make this a potential?
I'm not.
You're not? You're going big?
I'm going big.
Wow. He is not sparing any costs,
No.
folks. I love it.
Between dog sitting and some payment on the side.
And cat sitting. I
Yeah,
heard you're a
cat
notorious
sitting.
cat sitter as
And
well.
I would like to babysit some too, but
All right.
I'm gonna get it done. It's gonna be done.
Do you have your babysit certification?
I do not, but I'm gonna do it online.
You're going to do it online.
Yes.
All right. Wow. So this man is driven, clearly, and you've inspired me as an educator to really, I've been like starting to follow all these people on Twitter that are all about the esports EDU platform, and a lot of it's at the high school level. So the high school level, it's getting huge at the high school level, and like
Yeah.
my goal, I still have 2 more years with you. I got to really start pulling some plugs here and introducing this to our kids because I want to be the first. We want to be the first. Me and you,
Definitely.
Schofield, and I mean, I've learned so much. I can't
my
even
gosh.
like process like all this knowledge that you just dropped.
Well, and it's like this is a conversation happening that I think you and I were like so not even aware was here. But this is one person at this school that kind of speaks for a large population of the student body, and so you want to tap into that and really take what they're passionate about and bring that here. But it's just amazing. Like, I have a million questions. I agree. Like, we could talk to you for hours and hours and hours because there's so many things that you touched on that I am fascinated by. This is just so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about the college scholarships, the high school level,
Yeah.
the things that you're going to do. I'm rooting for you. I told you I was your number one big fan with this. Your mom wasn't happy when you looked over and you said, "Mom, where is mine? Where is mine?
Yeah.
Where
Well,
is it?"
I'll tell you, when we talked about your gaming system, when you were crunching the numbers, I don't ever remember 10,000 being a number that you threw out. I remember hundreds, but
I was being nice.
yeah,
Okay.
really nice because this is really, really enlightening to me, and I'm fascinated. I do support your passions, and I am going to help encourage you to reach this goal.
One thing that I do have to
Well,
say.
Sam, for the record, since
yeah.
we are recording this podcast, Sam did come to me in confidence and said, "You are starting to waffle a little bit." That was his. He said, "I'm worried about my mom. I don't think she's behind me anymore."
Yes, I
Is this
did.
true?
I did.
He said
That is true.
she's on the fence and she's starting to waffle.
Yep. She's
Well,
waffling.
if you want to talk
This is
about
a waffle,
that on the
people.
podcast.
He said you're waffling.
So here is what Sam interprets as a waffling. So originally, I thought him earning money towards this would
He's
solely...
working. He's working.
No, I know.
He came in this morning. He's trying to get more cat sitting
I know.
gigs. He was like,
solely though
Getting
it
paid for
cannot.
this, right?
It solely cannot be
"You are
just like we are.
This is an appearance fee.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe Chick-fil-A."
That's right. So originally we talked about making it grades and behavior based. However, when you have such a passion, and this is quite an expensive, thing that you're trying to earn, and not only
potential,
that,
the potential.
but, however,
Potential.
potential.
$3 million,
I know,
Mom.
I hear you. But here's the thing. If you want something, this is the first thing in your life that would be really worth going for. And so we have to come up with a bigger plan that can't just be your parents buying that for you. So
That's true.
So I'm not waffling, but I don't want to hand you something. Well, first of all, I couldn't hand you something.
You're not
of this
waffling. You're
price.
pancaking. Let's be honest here, folks.
We
Well
will
played.
come up with a plan. We will come up with a plan.
I think he
However,
has the plan.
Yeah,
I think he has the
still
plan.
don't see the part where we're going to pay for this, but $10,000 is, I mean, that's basically my whole student loan. So
Yeah.
saying, that's it.
And you guys are looking at getting a pool. Like
Yeah.
this is
Gotta.
this might throw a little dent in the whole pool mix there.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, and the good thing was, as teachers, we finally did get paid. It's hard as you go through the summer of teachers, and then this past week we didn't even touch on that teachers have finally got their first check of the school year. That's always a good feeling.
Everyone takes a breath. It's not a full paycheck, though.
Yes, that's
It's
true.
not a full paycheck.
That's true.
The next paycheck will feel more like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're back in it there. I just want to thank you, Sam, for all that stuff. I look forward, like I said, with your class this quarter. Don't tell anyone, but I'm going to be rolling out the Minecraft EDU once those come in, and I've seen how excited the kids are with that true gamification in the classroom. I think I'm still trying to process it all, but I loved having you on here. It was awesome. I think we learned a lot about Sam and his infinite knowledge of this. I hope it inspires other people. There's so many things we could get into, but I just don't think we have time. I think we just have to get a recap of your summer.
I think Sam will be an iceberg.
It's time.
For us.
Yeah, I think. Well, Sam, with the steep appearance fee he has, I think he will be a recurring guest that comes on many times, and I love this. I had so much fun.
Yeah. I won't lie though. I genuinely feel like so much of that conversation was right above my head, and I'm still trying to pull parts back and just say, I need help. I need help processing it. So you have to break it down later.
You might have to build you a tower so you can process.
I might have to build you a tree that grows money.
Good. Yeah. Amen to that.
That's true.
All right, tell us about your
summer. Tell us your summer. You were all over the place.
Alrighty. So, my summer started out, I had a week by myself doing whatever I wanted, which was amazing. But then I was ready. I went with my mom to California. Mm-hmm. I saw my baby cousin being born.
Well, not literally.
Well, no, that would be a bit weird and strange. But an hour after she was born.
Yeah.
She is the cutest thing ever.
So
Amelia.
Cute. Yes.
Yeah.
She's adorbs.
Yeah. Also, can I plug?
Yes, you can plug.
All right, shameless plug.
I'm gonna wait to the end when we do our Twitter feeds. We'll plug.
Okay.
Keep going with your summer.
Okay.
Don't throw a shameless plug into the middle of your summer.
All right.
Well,
so
it is Finley's thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought he was plugging his own social media channels. All right,
Yeah.
go. Do your shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. My cousin's gonna be in a movie. Main part, Zoe, Playing with Fire, coming out in November. Watch it.
Yeah.
Who else is in the movie? Tell us who else is in the movie.
John Cena, Keegan-Michael Key, and John Leguizamo.
Great pronunciation.
Yeah.
I was
Judy
like,
Greer.
I thought for sure you were going to butcher it, and I was going to have
No.
to come in and save you.
Yeah.
No,
That's
no,
a great
I've got it.
cast.
All right, go on with your
Yeah.
summer.
And then
Again, what's the release date?
November
9th, I think.
9th. Yeah, you're right.
9th.
Get your popcorn ready.
That's
Yeah,
right.
get your popcorn. Then I went back from California, and I was ready. It was time for me to go to Big Red, my Boy Scout camp up in Tucson. I said up. Yes, we camped in a mountain. We're not crazy. It was Mount Lemon, Whitetail Campgrounds. So fun. I went on a 5-mile hike down and saw a lake. We picked up trash for an hour for some service hours. It was so much fun. I loved it. It was a great experience. I met so many new kids because I'm kind of a newcomer in my troop. And it was so nice meeting all these kids and bonding with them. I just love my troop. And then when I came back, I was like, okay, well, it's Friday.
Is this the same troop that when you went on a camping trip earlier in the spring, where you were roasting everyone around the campfire?
Yep.
Literally, you were just
my
roasting.
SPL.
You were just roasting all these kids,
I was
and
toasting them to perfection.
You literally just were just like, people were just like in hysterics. I heard rumors that just like you came back and everyone just was just enamored with your sense of humor.
Yeah, he mic dropped there.
Yeah, I did. And then
Log dropped
So-
into the fire.
yeah. So that was Friday, and we came back from that, And it was a week long, and I was so tired because we came back and there was a bunch of problems. Someone's tire blew out, I believe. And then also we had trouble with gas and trouble with traffic. So we came back at like 5-ish.
All right, Sam, we got to wrap this up,
Okay.
my man. Go quick.
Then,
Just tell us where in the world
anyway,
you were.
I went to Maryland in Virginia with my uncle's troop for another camp, and then I came back and went to California again, and then I started school.
Wow, I mean, it was a pretty epic summer there. I didn't mean you have to wrap it that quick. Sorry there, buddy.
No, it's fine.
That was like Cliff Notes if I ever heard of.
that was the Cliff Notes edition. You had an epic summer. I just we did Google My Maps the other day, and I was telling your mom, I'm like, all these places he showed me about the camp in Virginia. Like, he's telling me all the history of all these families that own these different camps.
PMI,
and
Parking Meters Incorporated.
Yep, he was telling. I mean, it was so cool. And he's like, we don't like this camp. Tell us about the one camp that you guys don't like there.
Olmsted.
Why do you guys not like that camp?
You guys have cabins. You guys have 2 dining halls. Please,
and a
grow
computer
up.
lab. It's
Grow
camping,
up.
right?
It's glamping,
It's
actually.
glamping. Okay, all right.
He's bitter.
All right,
Yes.
clearly. This was awesome. The sad thing is, we haven't even touched the tip of, the things that Sam teaches us and tells us about.
That's true.
I mean, I feel like you could have your own spin-off podcast where you're just the thoughts of Sam and all the things that you do.
Yep.
We look forward to having you on again. Final thoughts from you, boss?
I just don't even know. You've given me so much to think of. Basically, that I have to come up with college tuition and a gaming computer.
Yep.
So,
Well, the scholarship. I mean, we got to think about this potential.
I'm a little bit concerned, but super supportive.
All right. Well, it was awesome, Sam. Thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Hopefully your mom gets you that appearance fee, and
Yep.
we look forward to having you on again.
Definitely.
That's all for this week. If you're like us and you can't get enough of the Nailed It Wall, you can follow us on Twitter. You can find me at Mr. Lane, the STEM guy.
And me at a positive proton.
And I'm on Instagram, Sam__19.